Ladies and gentlemen, who are you? Have you ever taken the time to reflect on this simple yet profound question? Who are you beyond your job, your title, and the roles you play in life? Who are you when no one is watching, when the noise of the world fades and it's just you, your thoughts and your dreams? That's the person you need to know. That's the person who drives your actions, who shapes your destiny. I want to remind you today that you were born with something inside of you that the world cannot take away. You were born with greatness. You were born to conquer, to rise above every challenge, every obstacle. The question is, do you know it? Do you know who you are? Or are you allowing your circumstances to define you? If you're not where you want to be, that doesn't mean you're not capable of getting there. That's the power of knowing who you are. The most important thing you can do in life is to recognize your potential, recognize the power within you. Nobody else can define your worth. Don't allow the world to tell you what you can or cannot do. You are the creator of your destiny. Key point number one, your identity is not based on your failures, your setbacks, or the doubts others may have about you. You are not defined by your mistakes. Understand this, your true power lies in your ability to rise after every fall. Every time life knocks you down, you have the ability to get back up stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. Key point number two, your dreams are a reflection of who you are meant to become. If you don't have a clear vision of your future, then you're walking through life aimlessly. But when you align your actions with your dreams, when you understand who you are, that's when you unlock the true power within you. Let me ask you again, who are you? You see, this question is more than just a philosophical idea or a moment of introspection. It's the key to unlocking everything you are meant to become. So many of us go through life never really understanding who we are, never tapping into our true potential. We define ourselves by what we've done or what we've been through, by our failures or our successes. But none of that defines you. What defines you is your will to keep moving forward, your determination to rise above your challenges, and your relentless pursuit of greatness. If you're ever feeling down, lost, or stuck, I want you to remember this: who you are is not defined by your circumstances. It's not defined by your failures or the obstacles in front of you. You are more than the labels that society places on you. You are more than your past. The true question you need to ask yourself is, what am I willing to do to become the person I know I can be? That's where your power lies, in the action you take when you are uncertain, in the faith you have when no one believes in you, in the effort you put in when the world tells you it's impossible. Understand this: greatness is not something you just wake up and have. It's something you cultivate over time. It's something you work on every day, even when no one is watching. You don't get to be great by accident. It's through sweat, sacrifice, and a deep understanding of who you are and why you do what you do. The question, who are you, isn't just about self-awareness. It's about self-empowerment. When you truly know who you are, when you recognize your inner power, nothing can stand in your way. Now, let's talk about those key points I mentioned earlier. You may have faced setbacks, you may have failed before, but I want to tell you that failure does not define you. What defines you is your ability to rise from failure and keep pushing forward. Every time you fall, you have a choice. You can stay down, you can let the world tell you that you aren't good enough, or you can get back up and show the world exactly who you are. That's the difference between those who make it and those who don't: the willingness to keep going when it's hard, to keep going when it seems impossible. Don't let your setbacks define your future. Let your ability to rise above them define you. The second key point is about vision. Without a clear vision of where you want to go, you're like a ship lost at sea. You'll drift aimlessly, never reaching your true potential. But when you align your actions with your dreams, when you know exactly where you're headed and why you're headed there, that's when the magic happens. That's when you begin to unlock the power within you. It's not enough to just dream. You need to work for it. Your vision is the roadmap, and your actions are the vehicle that gets you there. Every single one of you has a unique purpose, a unique calling. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back from answering that call. The world needs what you have to offer. It's time to stop waiting for the right moment, because the right moment is now. The only thing standing between you and your greatness is the belief that you can achieve it. So believe in yourself, know who you are, know what you're capable of, and don't let anyone or anything tell you otherwise. When you stand firm in your identity, when you know your worth and believe in your vision, that's when you start to make real impact. That's when you start to change the world around you. It doesn't happen overnight, but with every step, with every action, you are closer to becoming the person you're destined to be. So I challenge you today, don't just think about who you are, show the world who you are. Live your truth every single day. Every decision, every step you take should be aligned with the person you are becoming. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you who you are. The only person who can truly define you is you. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll be unstoppable. You have everything within you to achieve greatness. Now go out there and prove it. You have the power, you have the potential. Now who are you? Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. Who are you? It's a question we don't always stop to think about, yet it is perhaps the most important question you will ever ask yourself. Who are you really? Beyond your job, beyond your title, beyond the roles that society or your family may have placed on you, who are you at your core? Who are you when no one is looking? Who are you when the world isn't watching or judging you? You see, the truth is that many of us spend our entire lives not knowing who we truly are. We walk through life wearing different masks, playing different roles, trying to fit into the boxes that others have created for us. We allow our circumstances, our failures, and sometimes even other people's opinions to define us. But let me tell you something important. Who you are is not determined by your past. It is not determined by the challenges you faced or the mistakes you've made. It's not determined by the opinions of others. Who you are is defined by the choices you make, the actions you take, and your belief in yourself. So often we focus so much on the external that we forget to take the time to connect with the internal. We forget to ask ourselves, what do I truly want in life? What is my purpose? What is the legacy I want to leave behind? This lack of introspection leaves many people living an unfulfilled life, just going through the motions, existing but not truly living. When you don't know who you are, it's hard to know where you're going. You're like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly in the water. You're subject to the current, but you have no control over your own course. That's why knowing who you are is so important. When you understand who you are, gain control over your life. You gain clarity on what you want, on where you're headed. You stop allowing other people or external circumstances to dictate your future. You take ownership of your own destiny. Let me remind you that you are a powerful individual. You were not born to be average. You were not born to just blend in and follow the crowd. You were born to stand out, to make a difference, to live a life that matters. But in order to do that, you must first understand who you are and what you're capable of. You have untapped potential within you, a force waiting to be unleashed. But to unlock it, you have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are worthy of success. There will be times when you feel discouraged, when life seems like it's too much, when the obstacles in front of you appear insurmountable. But I want you to remember this: you have everything you need inside of you to overcome those challenges. You have resilience, strength, and courage. These are not qualities that come from the outside. They are inherent in who you are. The world may try to tear you down, but your ability to rise again, to keep pushing forward, is the true measure of who you are. So let's talk about the first key point. Your identity is not defined by your failures. I need you to understand that your past does not dictate your future. Just because you failed before doesn't mean you will fail again. Failure is simply a stepping stone on the path to success. Every successful person has faced failure, but they didn't let it define them. They didn't give up. They didn't allow failure to convince them they weren't good enough. Instead, they used it as fuel to keep going. When you fail, It's not the end. It's just the beginning of a new opportunity to learn, grow, and become better. Don't let your mistakes stop you from reaching your goals. Don't let them stop you from being who you were meant to be. Embrace them, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones. The more you fail, the stronger you get. The more you face challenges, the more resilient you become. The second key point I want to talk about is your vision. If you don't have a clear vision for your life, you will struggle to move forward. You can't hit a target if you don't know where it is. Vision is everything. It's the roadmap that guides you towards your destination. When you know who you are and where you're going, everything falls into place. Your vision isn't just about setting goals, it's about having a deep, burning desire to reach those goals. It's about believing that what you want is possible, even when others may doubt you. Your vision will keep you focused. It will give you the strength to push through tough times, to keep going when it feels like you've reached the end of the road. Your vision is what will fuel you every day. But let me tell you something important about vision. It's not enough to just dream about it. It's not enough to just wish for it. You have to take action. You have to work relentlessly toward that vision day in and day out. Consistent, focused action is what separates those who make it from those who don't. Don't just sit around waiting for things to happen. Make them happen. Take the steps, no matter how small, that will move you closer to your goals. Knowing who you are and having a clear vision for your life are the two most important things you can do to set yourself up for success. But there's one more thing that you must understand, and that's your belief in yourself. You have to believe that you can achieve what you set out to do. Without belief, your vision means nothing. Without belief, your goals will remain out of reach. Your belief is the foundation that supports everything else. It's the belief that no matter what comes your way, you will find a way to overcome it. It's the belief that you are capable of doing extraordinary things, even when the odds are stacked against you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are more than capable of achieving greatness, but first you need to know who you are. You need to embrace your potential, your power, and your purpose, and you need to take action day after day to bring that vision to life. So I ask you again, who are you? When you can answer that question with confidence, that's when your journey to greatness truly begins.